Hi, this is Scoggett. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I'm doing pretty good. Today I'm making a video what's kind of a special video, and it's pertaining to my Texas dirt track race car. Back in 1982, old Scoggett raced in the on the Texas dirt track. And I raced from 1982 to 1987, and finally just gave it up in 1987. It's a very expensive hobby, but it's a hobby what was like really a lot of fun to do. And I was going through some VHS. I have a TV what has a VHS player built into it, an old TV with a VHS player. And I found some VHS tapes. And I was going through the tapes kind of see what was on them. And I ran across a video what I made in 1982 where I'm describing my race car. I'm describing everything about it. And it's a pretty decent video. And something else is my brother also raced cars. So we each had a race car. And my brother did all the most of the mechanic work and the welding work. My brother was an expert welder, and in fact I consider him one of the best. And he built my roll cage, what's inside the race car. He built it, and you'll be able to see that in the video where it shows the inside of the race car, and you'll be able to see the roll cage and the quality of work what he did. And it just brought back a lot of memories. In, let's see, 1982, old Scoggett was like 25, 26 years old, so I was real young back then. And for you youngsters out there what don't know what a VHS tape is, this is what a VHS tape is this right here. And we used to rent these from a rental place what had a regular movie on them. You'd rent them and like a Blockbuster, and then you bring them back and you played them on a what they called a VCR. And I also ran across and found the exact camera. This is the camera what shot the movie. What shot the video is this camera here. And this camera came in two pieces. You had this piece, what is did the filming, but then you had a big old piece where the VHS tape went in, and you had to strap it around your shoulder and carry it around, and oh, it was something else. You had to carry all that around, and it was quite heavy, and just to film a movie, like just film a video. So technology has come a long way. I mean, you can do it now with your a little phone. But back in the day, 1980s, this is what we used. So, go ahead and put this down. And this is a picture back here of Scoggett's race car. So, I'm going to have the video, show you the video. You're going to be able to see the video. And I filmed this video where I wanted it to look like you're sitting back in the day, and there's a movie projector with a reel-to-reel showing it on a screen. And that's a different story there. I'm not going to get into that, but that's the way I wanted it filmed. I wanted it to for everybody to get that feeling of how it would be like to watch a movie in 1982. And then right after that video, then I'm going to have a slideshow. And in the slideshow, it's pictures of my car, and also you'll be able to see the damage what's being done to the car from other cars hitting it and just banging it around, me hitting the wall, and all kinds of stuff happens out there. But you can see it like getting torn up. And hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I am going through some, like I say, going through my VHS tapes. And I ran across another video where I made a home movie, and the home movie is not bad, and it's a home movie, and I'll have that coming, and so y'all can see that home movie. And there are several others once I find them that I'm going to go ahead and share with everybody here on YouTube. So from 1982, this is my race car. This is my race car. Raced it. Didn't get a chance to race it last night because I messed up my shifter. Tough luck. I drive number 81 at Lubbock Speedway. Built this car. Got a Ford Falcon 67. Got a Ford back end, but I got a Chevrolet front end. For why? I don't know. First of all, I rolled it before I bought it. He must have just rolled it too bad where it messed up the front end, but that don't matter. I'm still good out there on that speedway. Over here, I'll tell you a little bit about the car now. Over here is what we call my destruction plate. Any car that gets in front of me, he's had it. It's made with sturdy welded steel connected to 2 bars, which goes to my protection for the radiator, which has bars going down. It has a 289 in it, and it runs pretty good out there, except the only thing is the shifter is messed up. This here is tow bar hookup, but these come off when I race. This right here is steel. If you hit somebody from the side, you can really demolish your car. I try not to do that when I'm racing. These are hood pins to keep the hood on. Really, they're 1/2 inch, 6 inch nuts and bolts. Does a good job. And over here, of course, this is my number right here. And over here we have me, driver. This is the silver bullet. And over here is my trusty pit crew that keeps me rolling. It's Tina and Killer. Without the pit crew, I couldn't run this car. They do a whole lot for me. With helping me put the tow bar off, helping me work on the car. Without them, I couldn't run it. Can't do it by yourself. You always need more than one person when you're out there. Labs is my sponsor, Labs Record Service. But today, I have another sponsor. Kansas City. He got me a shifter, which I'd like to show y'all. Brand new, right out of the box. Compliments the hub for Cap City. I think that's real fine that he did. It's very, very nice of him to want to keep me rolling. I do have fans. We'll see about getting his name put on the side of the car. Over here we have what's called a Smurf again. This is, if you don't know what it is, it's a Smurf. This cartoon character. The reason why he's making that face, make every other driver what's behind me eating my dust kind of mad. Want to make them come past me or something. But they usually don't do that. Now I'll tell you a little bit about the inside of it. This is my gas tank. It looks kind of strange. It's just a 5-gallon jerry can. It has this hose right here connected directly to the fuel line, which runs down into the can what pumps the gas into the carburetor. And it does a real good job. It keeps it from blowing up if you get hit from the back with a regular stock can or gas tank. It's a good idea. What I do is I always fill the regular gas tank so it's not hooked up with water. It gives me more traction out there, and it also it causes the car to handle better, and if you do get hit from the back, it gives you a little bit more protection for your rear end here. And over here we have what we call a roll cage. This is a full cage roll cage. It's got 3 bars on each side of the door. It's got a bar going around the top, completely around to the hoop, and it's braced real good, as you can see. The brace is very important.
when you're racing, because without them your roll cage can collapse, and when that happens you get hauled to the meat house. As I say, you sometimes don't survive it. But it's a good sturdy roll cage made out of 1.5 inch black pipe, and it's welded in there real good. That's another thing. Well, if you do it, you got to weld it in place and have it in there where it won't mess up and won't go through the floorboards. Padding is also important. You got to have the padding around to protect you, the driver. Without the padding, your head or your body could hit one of the bars and cause serious injury. This way with padding, you've got it where you're safe in there and it's like a cushion when you hit it. That's very important. And we also have, right here is what's called racing belts. They're genuine 3-inch racing seat belts. Notice I bolted it here to the back of the roll cage. That gives it more support, and it'd be hard to get it to come off. It's looped around, as you can see, looped around. I got 2 U-bolts holding it on, which is in the back and around it. That's a very good idea to hook it to the roll cage. If you bolt it to the floor, sometimes the floorboard can come out, the nut, and then you go flying. That's why you need it real sturdy. Same way with the other belts on the inside. The inside of the seat belts. You need to bolt them to the floorboard, but in order to do that, you got to have 1.5 inch bolts. 1-inch bolts about this long, with 10 gauge steel. And of course, this right here we have the screen. It's keeping mud out of my eyes when I'm driving. Without that, any debris matter can come in your eye. Even with the face shield, something could fly from another car and hit you in the face and really mess you up. This right here is to protect that. It's not really just to keep the mud off, it's also to protect the driver from any other parts of cars what flies off on the track, such as tires, fenders, bumpers. It'll protect it with good steel. And over here, we have the same thing, is protecting the radiator, and that's a must when you're running, because you really need to protect the radiator well. Any debris matter gets inside the radiator, and you're gone for the evening. You don't want that, because then that means you got to get another radiator and you can't race. With this, it'll keep you from having that problem. Without it, you'd be replacing radiator after every race. And that gets kind of expensive after a while. And over here, on the right front, we have what we call the safety rim. It's just a rim cut out from another one. It goes around and it's bolted on. It gives you double protection against that wheel coming off when you're going around the track at a high speed. And without it, these things right here, the nuts and bolts can come completely off now because it's causing pressure right there. With the safety rim, it's evened out where the pressure is all on against the rim and the wheel. And it's a pretty good idea to do that, because you don't want to lose the wheel out there. It can be dangerous.
I hope everybody enjoyed the video and the little slideshow, and I'll have more videos coming, And y'all continue to stay safe out there and take care.